So from the comments today on the video or videos I made about Klaus Carney's debt, I'll just say, 2 comments. Wouldn't this be the debt of the service corporation doing the borrowing and not of that we the people? Well, I'll return to my interpretation of addressing that. Another comment was, I'm not part of the service corp called Canada Incorporated. Are you? Act like it. Well, I'm not sure how you managed to not be part of the corporation. Please tell me how you do that. I'm all for it. All of my life I've done my level best to pay a minimum into the federal government, and I take very little back from the government. I could count on one hand the times I've been to see a doctor in my life. Well, maybe it runs into 2 as an adult in my adult life. Yes, I take the crumbs that the government throws me, GST rebates and the carbon tax rebate. When we're getting that, I'm not going to cut off my nose to spite my face, but I did live in the bush for 8 months once, living off the land, and that was an interesting challenge, but I found it a little too challenging. I suppose that period of time had me outside of the corporation Inc. But anyways, that aside, wouldn't that be the debt of the service corporation doing the borrowing and not of that we the people? Well, the problem with that is when we went off the gold standard, our government, the corporation, whatever you want to call it, think of it as or as whatever it actually really is, mortgages us, the peasants. They mortgage our labor. When we went off the gold standard onto the fiat currency and began deficit financing, that's what they're borrowing against, the peasants' future gross domestic product. So, unless you can figure out how not to be part of the corporation, you and I, we are mortgaged by, I'm going to use the term, our government. And again, if you've got a way to get outside and away from that, short of leaving the country, I'm all ears. To go way back, was it 71, 73, America went off the gold standard, somewhere around there. Canada and everywhere else followed suit. The government said, hey, great, we don't have to balance the books anymore. We can go in debt. Yeah. And the problem is your labor's got debt interest, I should say, all debt interest upon it before it's even produced, yet alone afterwards. So, no summation, but it's kind of how I perceive it works.